Aquarius, hello. Welcome to your tarot reading. My name is Amber Dawn. You're at Amber Dawn Tarot. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Push like if you resonate with the reading, and leave comments if you have anything to tell me and if you resonate with the reading and what parts do you resonate with. So let's get started. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate all of you very much. We don't have a focus on this. If it doesn't resonate with you, check your rising, your moon, and Venus, and check out those signs. Maybe you'll be able to find something in those messages that resonate with you. All right, so here we go. Aquarius, please. Aquarius. Aquarius. I'm just going to pull them out since they all wanted to come out. So we have the Hierophant reversed, the Justice card reversed, and the Sun reversed. All right. So it looks like there's something going on that possibly has to do with the knowledge or the wisdom of something. This can be anything. This could be not having the whole story to allow you to move further into the area that you want to go into. This could be law, because we do have the Justice card. But it can also be that you're having to sit still and put things on pause to come to a complete conclusion. There may be things that are going on. Maybe people are judging you unfairly and they don't know you wholeheartedly and fully, and you're being unfair, or you're being treated unfairly, and you may be getting the short end of the stick when it comes to this situation. This can be work, whatever it is that you are resonating with. We have the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. So, and then we have the Sun reverse. So it's like just feeling just like there's no hope in sight, waiting for the right time for something. Okay, with the Wheel of Fortune, that's upright, and this must be a cycle that's been happening possibly throughout your entire life. Like, people might judge you for things that they don't really know you, so there's really no way that they could be judging you fairly. And because of these judgments, it could be making you feel like you're not being seen or heard fairly and properly. And it might be making you feel a little bit like, okay, is this me? Am I the one that is in the wrong? Am I the quote unquote bad person? Because people are always judging me for this or for that. And now it might just be making you feel like, well, maybe they're right. All right. So let's do some clarifying here. I already shuffled these, but I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck. So first, we're going to clarify the Hierophant. Clarify the Hierophant, please. The Priestess is on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Yeah, so this is definitely a cycle that you have been dealing with probably your whole life. It makes it's like having the whole world on your shoulders and feeling like there's just no movement as far as when it comes to you and how you want to express yourself, because you always find yourself in this same type of cycle here. The Muse of Voices is you are a very good communicator. Possibly picking up a book that has to do with this topic and learning a little bit more of what this is. Maybe you have a point to communicate to people, but there's not enough information yet. So it might be difficult for you to express your opinions without having things maybe written down. If you're anything like me, it's like I know a lot of things, but I have a hard time remembering details such as names, dates. You know, I always tend to remember the first letter of a word that I'm thinking of and stuff like that. And so it might be a little frustrating. And if this is how you are, you know, it might be difficult to have people jump on board with what you're saying because they're not giving you the benefit of the doubt of knowing what you're talking about because you don't know those details. So if this is something that is true for you, then I would certainly start researching what it is that you want to convey to people so you can communicate it in the most beneficial way to get your point across. The High Priestess is an all-knowing priestess. She is a very wise person. She knows what's going on around her, and she's very quiet. So she's an observer, very much like Aquarius. Aquariuses are very, very wise, they do a lot of Aquariuses, depending on what your chart is, tend to just sit back and observe and kind of people watch and learn through experiences, also learn through inner wisdom. Aquariuses are very they're you guys are just really good people and really just want to help you know, people that need it, and also very independent signs. You know, does what they want to do, walks to the beat of their own drum type thing. So you definitely have the wisdom behind all this. So whatever it is that's keeping you back, maybe you have this yearning to want to move forward in some kind of schooling or some kind of training or practicing, and you feel like you don't have the income. And I'm saying that because the Justice is reversed and then the Sun's reversed. So maybe you feel like you just don't have the ability to train or to do what you truly want to do. So it's kind of like hitting a roadblock in a way. Let's clarify Justice. So we have 7 of materials. Seven of materials. Let's see if this deck wants to give us anything. The Lovers reversed. Queen of materials upright. We have 7 of Voices on the bottom. 10 of inspiration. Justice is upright here, so that's good. Okay. And then Knight of Voices. So that's good. There is going to be a turning point here. But let's break this down. So we have 7 of materials under Justice reverse, putting in the hard work. But it's like I feel like there's this repetition of always having to put in hard work and feeling like you're never going to get what it is that you're putting in the hard work for. It just never seems to come. Queen of materials, and it can be a little tedious with the 7 of materials. It can be a little kind of boring, or you know, just like planting seeds and watching them grow. Like, you know, what we really want to do is plant the seeds and then water them and nourish them and allow them to grow naturally, instead of like just sitting there watching every second of the day for a sprout to come out. So it can be a very long, drawn out process I'm feeling with this. Queen of Materials, though, is a very focused queen, a very giving queen. Somebody who is fruitful, even if they don't have a lot of money, they can still find beauty within their means, very appreciative of, and that's interesting because we have material. So this might be financial. Maybe you've been working on a project and it's just not bringing in the money. And then with the Lovers reversed is it could be lovers. It could technically be a couple. And maybe, money is coming in between your relationship, or having different goals, different ideas of what achievement looks like. So you might be, just kind of not really meeting eye to eye with someone. This could also, the Lovers reverse can also mean choices. So it's like, maybe you feel like you've run out of choices because you've put all your eggs in one basket, and maybe you're just feeling like you shouldn't be putting any more eggs in the basket that you chose to put it in. But the choice is, it's like, okay, well, where do I go now? On the bottom of the deck, we had 7 of Voices and we have 10 of Inspiration. So this has been a tough journey for you. And that's why the Justice card is reversed. It has been a tough journey. There's been people that have been, maybe argumentative with you, trying to prove their point while dismissing your points. It's been a heavy burden trying to keep up with this, whatever this is to you. And it looks like in order to get out of this situation, because over here we have Knight of Voices, and I don't know if you can see this because I don't know how much this, I need to readjust my camera, but it's okay. I'll do that next time. I'll just push this up a little bit. So excuse me while I readjust here. Okay, hopefully that helps a little bit. I'm using a new camera today, and it's definitely different than my Canon, or not my Canon. Yeah, my Canon. I have 2 cameras, but anyways, that's besides the point. So we have Knight of Voices is being brave enough to jump into a conversation, and allowing yourself to speak freely. And then Justice is obviously it's actually having something come out of it that you wanted. So there will be a justice position that's going to be happening for you after you release the burdens of whatever it is that you're holding on to, because 10 of Inspiration is the end of a cycle, but it's the end of a very difficult cycle. So you have been going through a lot of hardships, whether it be in your family, work, career. Let's clarify the Sun in reverse. I'm not going to take those that are falling out. Let's see what we have. 9 of Inspiration. Okay, so that is another card of hardships. This is a card. Oh, this kind of reminds me of the Never Ending Story. Can you see that? I don't know if this camera zooms in. Is that working? I think it's kind of working. See the 2 in the back of her? And it looks like she might end up having to walk through there. That reminds me of the Never Ending Story. So, so off topic of what this card means, with the Never Ending Story, it's all about your will and your belief in yourself, and not allowing anything or anyone to get in your way. And if it does, these 2 people are going to zap you. So So basically, if you keep your vibes high and you keep having faith in yourself and your journey, you're going to get to the destination. You'll be able to cross these two and keep continuing on your path. If you allow whatever it is with the 9 of inspiration, whatever it is that has been super challenging for you and always feeling like a battle and always feeling like you can't ever put down your staff, because inspiration is wands. So, and you always have to keep swinging at people to keep them from attacking you. Once you're finished with that, you will be able to move forward. But sometimes it's about choosing to walk away from certain people or certain situations. Maybe you've been fighting too long in this situation, and it's a sign that it may be time to move forward. And on the bottom of the deck, we have 4 of voices, which is giving yourself a mental break. Do some relaxation techniques, some breathing techniques. Go out and go for a hike, walk your pet if you have any pets. Go for a drive, whatever it is that's going to get you to be able to close your mind off and just focus on the task at hand, like breathing hard on a hike type thing. You're not going to be thinking about, you might be, but if you're up hiking, you're pretty much going to only be thinking about breathing and looking at the beautiful scenery. So that's a good way to take your mind off of all of this. And then you'll come back with a clear mind and maybe, take a soak in a bath, do a little meditation, and just wait for the answers to come to you so that you can start a new beginning. We have Ace of Emotions here, so that you can start a new beginning on something that's going to fulfill you fully, instead of always having to feel like you're fighting and chasing after something. All right, so let's move on. Okay. All right, so I don't know. It's like something told me to grab from this, and then something's telling me not to. I'll just leave this here for now. I really want to take from this. So let's actually, I'm going to take from these 2 here. I'm not as limited on this camera, which is nice. So if it goes a little longer than normal, I don't know if you guys will be happy with that, but at least it'll be 1 part instead of 2. All right, so we're pulling from the Black Mirror deck right now. This is a good way to get into your subconscious or whoever else is involved subconscious. Aquarius, please. Aquarius, please. For Chance to Dream. Masquerade. Yeah, so I'm feeling like you might have been feeling like you've had to masquerade and pretend like you're something that you're not, just to make the people around you feel comfortable, or just making you feel comfortable. Maybe you have to pretend like you're something because of certain job expectations, things like that. So, excuse me, like I was saying earlier, is clearing out your mind and starting to have more confidence in yourself on where you want to go, and forgetting about other people's opinions or their arguments with you, and just start manifesting. Masquerade can also mean faking it till you make it. It can mean being whimsical in your mind's eye, and being very dreamy, so that you can actually manifest what makes you happy, what puts you in that dream state, what puts you in that wanting to create something new state. Feel the feeling of what it would feel like to actually achieve what it is that you desire. And you can certainly fake it till you make it, because at first You may not fully believe it that you're going to make it to the destination you want to. But eventually, the more you keep telling yourself that you've already done that, you're going to start believing it. And then it's going to start showing up in your life. Okay. You may be surrounded by a lot of lies. You may have been deceived by lies. So I don't know, maybe you have been lying to people of who you really are. And maybe because it's always been a battle for you to express who you really are, because people may not be very comfortable with that, but this is your life. And so, and then it's interesting because Triumph of Lies is number 1. And then Perchance to Dream is 10, reducing to 1. And then we have 6, Balance. So yeah, I think it's maybe putting a little bit more focus on you and what it is that you desire, and just focusing on ending cycles that need to end, and being real about who and what needs to end in your life and in your circle. All right, let's just get a little bit of advice here. I'm not going to pull from this deck, actually. This may not be full advice. Actually, I always like pulling from this deck. So let's pull from this deck. I'll go ahead and split it. Aquarius. Just made a mess. All right, let's see. Detox. Again, yeah, detox, go sweat, breathe hard. Drink a smoothie, unfriend that asshole, and throw some shit out. See? Yep. Like I was saying, I think you need to start reevaluating who is in your life and who you want in your circle, so that you can move forward and actually do what you want to do. Because there's been, from what I'm seeing here, there's been a lot of battles when it comes to people and discrediting your knowledge, your wisdom, and your beliefs. Get the fuck outside, move your ass. See, what did I say? Go on a hike, go for a nice long walk. Your body is pissed at you. So do something outside. I definitely suggest, do something that's going to get your lungs opened up, and maybe a little uncomfortable, but not overly to the point of where you're going to come home and you're just, and that's up to you, really. But you can do a nice, gentle type thing, but enough to where you're opening up your lungs. And then, have you eaten? Are you acting like a big baby? You need food in your belly. It says taco, but I'm going to say eat a smoothie. So put some nutrients in your life. If you're really stressed out and you're not eating healthy or eating at all, like, all of this is saying your body and your space and the people you're surrounded by, there needs to be some reevaluation on who is in your life and who needs to get out. Find yourself a friend who likes to go on hikes or walks. Like I said, if you have a fur baby, I'm sure they would love to go for a walk. So do that. You're definitely being advised to get outside. Get a couple more cards before we end this. I can't tell if the video is blurry, so if it is, I apologize. We'll get it fixed up. All right, so we have the rhythm of my breath directs the rhythm of my life. See, this is all about breathing. Earlier I said breathing techniques. Focus on your breathing. Get outside and breathe. Breathe a little bit harder. Challenge your body a little bit. Challenge your willpower when it comes to eating the proper foods. If you're not eating the proper foods, you don't have to be like eating clean all day unless you want, but at least choose one meal out of the day where it provides nutrients in your body at least once a day. And, if you don't want to go out on walks or hikes every day, choose a couple days out of the week and stick to it. Stick to a plan. This is the day that I choose to go out, clear my mind, open up my lungs, and of course, more than once a week, 2 or 3 times a week, but not just once. But if you have to start at once, just to kind of get comfortable with it, do it. But I suggest picking 2 or 3 days, locking those days down, and then not allowing any excuses to get in your way, because that's going to definitely help clear your mind, give you more confidence, and give you an energy boost. I focus on what is working. Yes. So when I was talking about manifesting, focus on the things that are working. And if certain things aren't working, you can always, make up a reason why it's probably not working, but make it positive. Make things positive out of the negative. And then let's see, we are all sisters and reflect the divine in one another. So we are all sisters and brothers, and we all reflect the divine in one another. So like I said, if you have any friends that are interested in doing yoga with you, or going on hikes, or just doing something healthy, and that's not going to involve too much brain power. And make sure it's not a friend that is a toxic friend, like a friend that likes to gossip the whole time about other people. Make sure it's a positive friend that you can talk about flowers or positive things, flowers, music, whatever it is, Okay, last card. We have, I free myself from critical thoughts towards my body and my worth. Wow, this has a lot to do with the body here. So maybe that's what's been weighing heavy on you. Maybe you're having a lot of health issues, and you're just feeling like you don't have energy, and you feel like all odds are stacked against you and stuff like that. So looking at the things that you can do, we can all do something. I've had so many injuries, and there's been points where I could only work out for 3 minutes, and then I'd have to stretch for hours after that just to finally wiggle all the kinks out of my body. And then I would move to 5 minutes, and then I would move to 10, and then 20, and then 30, and then 40. And so it takes time, and there's always something we can do. Even if it's doing things with your arms, if you have like a bad ankle and you can't go out walking, well, you can do some kind of stretching or cardio with your arms, maybe ride a bicycle, or whatever it is that you feel you can do some core, do some abs, do something but go outside, if you can, if you have that option. So, yeah, if you have issues with your body, and you're feeling, like your self-worth has gone down the tubes a little bit, just start loving your body, even if you're not totally happy with it. Or if you're having aches and pains, send love to that part of your body, and thank it for, still getting you through, even though it still hurts and it's frustrating. Just still thank it, and wish it health, and wish it healing. And eventually it will come, I promise. But as long as you don't fixate on the negative things, and you really try to put positivity in everything that you do, things will start shifting for you. So I hope that message resonated for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the thumbs up and the notification bells to all, so you know when I post your next video. Good luck, Aquarius. Take care. Bye.